and welcome to another segment of Benchwarmers. This time back to the normal type of thing. Check out our fighting segment if you haven't seen it already. But talking about the Fort Francis Junior Sabres, last night a bit of a shocker. They lost to the Sioux Lookout Flyers, who've only won one game previously this year. Mitch, does this shake up the league? What does it do to the Sabres? Tell us your thoughts.
Well, yeah, I think it's a big wake-up call for the Sabres, and hopefully they take it as such and maybe come out with a better effort down the stretch here. They're not a real confident team right now, and it stems partly because they have a short bench. They have two quality lines, and they do have the nucleus there to be a good team, but they don't really have the depth, and that may be eating away at them right now because they haven't been able to add players to fill out that lineup, and you're throwing two lines out back and forth and back-to-back, and it can be tough on the guys when they're playing a lot of games right now, but you got to fight through that, and hopefully we'll see where it goes from here. They got a rematch with the Flyers here on Sunday, and the Flyers have improved. We got to give them some credit as well. They've picked up some guys, and new coach there with Randy Lushlashnik, I believe that's how you say his name, was with the Ice Dogs, and they got him. So you got to give some credit to the Flyers, but obviously if the Sabres are on their best, they're going to beat the Flyers most games, and they should, rightly. And it's a little concerning, obviously, a 7-4 loss like that.
Oh yeah, we mentioned the short bench, and I mean that's been I ran a little bit of a story on that this week too, and I know you've mentioned it several times. They also lost Mac Donnell, who didn't score a lot of goals, but do you think that has a bit of an effect? He was a fighter. He brought a little bit of maybe a locker room guy. I didn't know much about him. What's your feeling?
Well, yeah, from an outsider's perspective, I would agree with you on that statement. I think Mac Donnell, he was familiar with this team. He's been here for all of last season, this season until now, and he was a character guy that I think got along with everyone. He was good in the room, and he stuck up for his teammates. He was a fighter and was willing to put his health on the line, really, for the good of the team. So it's unfortunate that it didn't work out there. I don't know the circumstances surrounding that, but that may have had an effect, and it's just the combinations of things right now that have worked against them, and hopefully they'll be able to battle through it and come together as a team and make a run for it here, because there's two superior teams in the league right now with the Bearcats and North Stars, and if they want to get into that upper echelon, they're going to have to step up their game and hope a lot of things fall into place.
No, yeah, that's exactly what you're saying. That was the thinking. The Sabres possibly, they got the Bearcats at home, I think on February 7th. Maybe that being a kind of defining game where they can come up and say, hey, we can take this number 2 spot away from the Bearcats. But I mean, the Bearcats have made a lot of moves too. So, just tell us a bit about the Bearcats and your thoughts on if the Sabres can make that move.
Well, I think they can. It's a matter of just coming together as a team, because a team of individuals will generally get beat by a solid team that's together as one. I'm not sure if the Sabres are at that point right now, but I think they can be. And the Bearcats they keep adding guys. They're definitely trying to make a run for it at the Royal Bank Cup this year, and they're going to be tough to beat because they have obviously some local flavor there from Fort Francis that have come in and done a real good job and fit right in with the team. And I think that game will be a big it's going to send a message either way. If the Sabres come to play, and then they're obviously a team that is willing to do what it takes to try to get into that top tier. But if they get blown away, it sends the other message that they're not really a contender anymore. So that's definitely circle that date on the calendar, because it should be a pretty good game nonetheless.